New developments in a story we broke earlier this week. The investigation and ultimate arrest of Ryan Towner. Now his release. And now a school facing questions and the future of the sports program in question. Our Brandy Flores is live in the Satellite Center with more on this. Brandy, good evening.
There are a lot of things up in the air right now, Gino. Towner's future, the future of his alleged victims, the future of the sports program he headed, and how the high school where he was the head basketball coach plans to move forward. On April 23rd, 2021, the Riverside County Sheriff's Department received information about the allegations against Ryan Towner and began its investigation, which is currently ongoing. Towner faces 6 counts of sexual assault against a minor on the Desert Storm Basketball Club. According to the investigation, the alleged assaults have taken place between August of 2017 and July 2018. Towner was the director of the Desert Storm Youth Traveling Basketball Club, a nonprofit program here in the Valley. Their season ended just before this year's high school basketball season began in April. A person who is choosing to remain anonymous tells NBC Palm Springs the future of Desert Storm is unknown at this time, and no plans have been made to either continue or start another youth basketball club in its place. Towner was also a Desert Sands Unified School District head coach for the Shadow Hills boys basketball team. Earlier this week, NBC Palm Springs learned all Shadow Hills high school basketball coaches for both the boys and girls teams were fired. District officials issued a statement saying Shadow Hills, quote, looking to take the program in a different direction and are currently seeking new coaches. However, NBC Palm Springs source says all coaching staff are allowed to reapply for their old positions and will be taken into consideration with a clean slate and be given a fair opportunity. But in spite of that, several sources say the damage to their reputation is already done, and some are trying to move on. Greg Ramirez, who was the head coach of the Knights girls basketball team, has recently applied to Indio High, a rival school, looking to fill their open coach position for girls basketball. After his arrest, Towner was taken to the John Benoit Detention Center in Indio. On Friday, June 11th, Towner posted a $55,000 bail and has been released. His court date for arraignment has been moved from mid-June to October of 2021. It is worth noting that typically when a head coach of a program is hired, they get to choose or request certain coaches to bring in and teach the lower levels or become assistants. So when Towner was fired, school officials decided to wipe the slate clean and start over. As we mentioned in my story, they wanted to go in a different direction. Again, it is not clear why the girls' head coach, Greg Ramirez, was fired. We want to be very clear. No allegations have been made against any of the former Shadow Hills or Desert Storm assistant coaches. Towner was also not with the boys basketball team during the last 10 games of the season due to personal reasons. Reporting